and DCC Raiders Unlimited. Both teams have household names, and it promises to be a great contest. Atar Ali Khan was in the middle with both the skippers at the toss just a while ago. Let's see what happened at the coin toss.
Right, we're all set, and we've got the match referee Babu and the two skipper, one from Kingsmen, Hamad Azam, and Raiders Unlimited skipper Shubman Ranjane. Thank you for being here, gentlemen. Who's going to spin the coin? Hamad, go for it. Tail is the call. What have you decided?
We're gonna bat first.
Any particular reason?
Oh, looking at the surface, looks good. Always a new game. There's no grass on the wicket. Hoping to play good cricket. That's it. Keeping it simple, clear mindset, good plans. That's it.
And how has been the preparation?
It's been good. Like guys are playing good competitive cricket throughout the season, and half of the are playing minor league have done really well. Looking in good shape and good form. Just hoping to carry the same in this tournament.
All right, all the very best.
Thank you.
Hamad, would you have batted first if you want to win the toss?
No, to be honest, we want to ball first. So, I mean, it's the second game, so I don't mind playing first or second. So, it's all good.
So you've got what you wanted, and how has been your team's preparation also?
We have been playing together from the last 2 years, and we like have a good combination. We just won the minor league as well. So, hopefully, we take that form in this tournament as well.
Anybody special that we should look out for from your team?
Yeah, obviously, Raheem Cornwall. He's a big man, so just waiting for him.
All right, all the very best.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, the news from the middle is that Raiders Unlimited has won the toss and they have decided to bat first.
Well, Riders Unlimited, they won the toss and they decided to bat first. They are in the middle, comprising of some very, very talented cricketers from this part of the world. Sushant Madani will be opening the batting and will be taking the first strike alongside Evan Dev Singh and plenty more good players in the lineup as well. Have Shubham Ramjane, the skipper, Sanjay Krishnamurthy, Harish Kakani, Abhinder Singh, Siddhesh Pathare, Danish Kaneria, of course, Akhilesh Budalam. Ziaul Haq starts off the proceedings, coming off of a very, very successful campaign in the minor league championships, ended up on the winning side for Kingsmen. Alongside me in the com box, we got Voice of Cricket from Bangladesh, Mr. Atar Ali Khan. Good afternoon, Atar bhai.
Good afternoon, Faisal. Good afternoon, everybody. Just keep an eye out for the big guy in the slips, Rakeem Cornwall from West Indies International. And he should enjoy bowling in these conditions. We already saw the kind of purchase that the spinners got in that first match, but dry conditions now, a bit stickier earlier on. It should play a little bit better in terms of batting.
Two straight from Ziaul Haq. Obviously, here, formidable fast bowler Ziaul Haq from Pakistan has moved to this part of the world and has made a good name for himself. Played the Under-19 World Cup for Pakistan and also was for the fringes of the national team before he decided to make the move. Very skillful, gets the ball to swing both ways. He's a very, very sharp bouncer as well.
Yeah, there's a nice breeze across the pitch, so it should assist the left arm seam.
Oh, that beautifully bowled, full of length, but that movement and late. Well negotiated by Sushant Madani in the end.
Yeah, lovely delivery. Bit of a swing there available. Just exactly what I mentioned a little while earlier. Pitching it up and also have a look at this delivery. Just comes back in. It's a good entry. There you go. A lovely delivery.
Sushant probably knows Ziaul Haq because he's been around the circuit. This one too full and straight down the ground. You cannot ask for it to be any straighter than that. Excellent counter attack from Sushant Madani. First boundary.
Yeah, positive, very positive. Even though there is a bit of a movement, quite keen to go and play the down the ground.
Ziaul Haq encouraged by that movement, persisting with the fuller length. See if that drive will make him change his length. Does do that. Slightly back of a length. Not really short for that pull shot, but onto him a bit quicker. Madani could only find mid on.
Yeah, I thought there was an opportunity for him to put that away for a boundary. He did try to play that pull shot, but it went straight. Maybe played a little bit earlier. Yeah, this looks a decent track for batting. Just a couple of deliveries in this over. 5 already. You can see the ball coming nicely onto the bat.
Down the wicket, off the edge. It will fly away downhill in that direction. And another boundary, second boundary of the over. This time not as clean as the previous one, but the result is the same.
Yeah, shimmy down the wicket too. He's not afraid to go down the wicket because the fielders are inside the circle. The first 6 overs, the power play. And he's used it to his advantage. Pretty clean hit. Not from the middle part of the bat, but in the end, it's a boundary.
First over done, 9 for none. Muhammad Ilyas will take up the attack from the com box end. Another of those players who is on the fringes of Pakistan team. Played regularly in the Pakistan Super League. He's from the northwest of Pakistan, Peshawar. He's a short, stocky customer, skiddy bowler, quick through the air. Doesn't get a lot of bounce.
On these kind of pitches, as a bowler, you would need to bowl stump to stump. Can't afford to give any width whatsoever.
Decent start. Just a tiny bit straighter. That's why Singh was able to work it to get a single.
Yeah, this looks a decent pitcher to bat for sure. Once you see the batters comfortable, because it's the bounce also. At times, you've seen in the first match, it kept low. It was a sharp turn. They've already used 3 different bowlers now. 2, beg your pardon. And it looks that the batters will enjoy batting on this surface.
Knocked him over. The off stump is pegged back. Straight wicket to wicket bowling. This is what Athar asked for, and this is what Ilyas has done. And this is the big breakthrough. Sushant Madani walks back.
Yeah, it's a big blow because both the batters were looking good, looking comfortable, but all of a sudden he decided to just play on the up. And it was indeed a good piece of bowling because you got to be straight enough. Because if the batter miss it, you hit the stump. That's rattled off stump. Just a hint of movement coming back in also. He has to go. So it's 10 for 1.
So it is DCC Riders Unlimited.
Just stick to Raiders. Oh, Raiders. Because the Saudi Raiders, even the Raiders.
Sanjay Krishnamurthy is the new man in. One of those men who really performed brilliantly in the recently concluded minor league championships, representing the East Bay Blazers, who got to the final but couldn't cross the line in the big finale against the same opposition, Kingsmen. Ilyas, like I said, is skiddy. He bowls wicket to wicket, wouldn't get a lot of bounce, but be very difficult to get underneath it and get some elevation of a good length. On the attack, he's got himself a slip now. Off the leading edge. Again, bowling straight. He's really summed up the conditions nice and early, Mohammad Ilyas.
Yeah, trying to flick off his pad, so it gets a leading edge. You need to be careful here. You need to be a little bit more watchful when the bowler is bowling those line and lengths. And there's a hint of movement also, especially early overs, crucial for Raiders to just look out for those kind of deliveries.
Again, inside edge onto the pads. It's a good over from Ilyas.
Yeah.
Talking about earlier the ball coming on to the bat, it'll be big test because whilst this ball is new and shiny and hard, it's the case generally we've seen here at Paramveer. When the ball gets slightly older and the pace is taken off, run scoring becomes gradually difficult. That's why this power play is very important. Speed the infield. Won't go to the boundary off the thick inside half of the bat.
Yeah, not really coming from the middle part of the bat, but he'll still manage to pick up a couple of runs. Looking to attack. Once the ball is pitched up, the batter's eyes lit up. They feel that they're in business. But if there is any sort of movement, hint of movement, then you're not going to middle it. So you got to, as a batter, you got to get your eye in, see if first couple of overs. Yes, if it's there, you got to take your shot.
Play and a miss. The width was on offer. You'd feel that Sanjay Krishnamurthy would have missed out on that. Good over nonetheless from Ilyas. The Raiders after 12 for 1. Two straight from Ziaul Haq. Nice protection though. Single.
They're just drifting down the leg side. Again, he's missing out. Looking Cornwall. Well, it'll be really interesting to see how he goes here.
Generally, Kim Cornwell, when he's played here in these leagues, he tend to bowl inside the power play. Not needed at this stage. Short arm jab. Once again, the line was the problem. And Ziaul Haq pays the price for that. Nicely worked away by Sanjay Krishnamurthy.
Yeah, it just gives you an indication how good the surface is playing at the moment. There will be opportunities for the batters to score, provided they pick the right one. The wicket that they lost was a wild swing. Ball not close enough to play that big booming drive. But this time around, Sanjay has pulled that away quite nicely. It went a little bit finer. There's a short fine, so there's a bit of a gap between the short fine and deep square leg.
Another firm strike down the ground, straight to the fielder on that occasion. Like I said, Sanjay is coming off of a very good minor league, so he's in great nick.
Yeah, it's important. The ones who are informed, you need to carry the team on their shoulders. Just face 6 deliveries. Yes, he's picked up a boundary. But he would need to go and bat deeper. He looks in control.
Oh, it's beaten Rakeem Cornwall. That's sloppy effort from the big man. But once again, line has been the problem for Ziaul Haq.
Anything on the legs of the batter, it's a free hit. And when you have a fielder inside the circle at short fine, then you're asking for trouble. Have a look at this line. It's a easy pickup. Yes, could have been a little bit quicker, would have stopped it, but then again, it's gone past him and has gone to the boundary. So he's picked up 2 boundaries in this over.
Slower in pace on that occasion, overcorrection, and it was right in the slot for Sanjay Krishnamurthy. A very uncharacteristic start there from Ziaul Haq.
Yeah, a couple of deliveries down the leg side, and what it does, it forces the bowler to bowl wide outside the off stump and a cracking drive through the covers. Lovely shot.
Under pressure, Ziaul Haq, because it generally delivers with the new ball. It's a very expensive start for the tall left-arm seamer. This one is short and cracked away. It made a fantastic sound off the bat. Definitely hit the sweet spot. Yet another boundary.
4 boundaries, 3 on the trot. What a shot that is to finish the over. It's 29 for 1.
Well, this contest was expected to be a real tight one, and it has started in a cracking fashion. Although the strength and depth of the two teams is such that you cannot say that the pattern would not change throughout the course of this game. Riders have gotten off to a brilliant start. But Kingman has all the ability to fight back.
Yeah, interesting to see the skipper from Kingsmen, Hamad Azam. When does he bring on the spinner? I'm not sure whether they had a look at the first game because it got over so quickly. I'm sure he must have had a bit of a chat that someone like a Rakeem Cornwall in the team. Usman Khader also available. Hassan Khan. I can understand to continue with Muhammad
Ilyas.
Ilyas because he's the one who has picked up a wicket. I'm just wondering the kind of shots that the batters, especially Sanjay, played in that previous over, 4 boundaries in that over. Will that force the skipper to bring on a spinner?
And it's scary to see what the options they have, the Kingsmen. We just went through the spinners, but also they have the likes of Waqas Maqsood, Anwar Ali, Hamad Azam himself can bowl. But this is really flying off the middle of the bat. Once again, Krishnamurthy on the up. Little width on offer, but he really got on top of it very, very quickly. It's Ian Dev Singh, in fact, but it was a cracking boundary for him.
Yeah, both the batters, not only Sanjay, have a look at that shot. That was brilliant. Cracking drive on the up through the offside. And it goes very, very quickly. Top shot. They mean business. Raiders.
Back onto his spot. It's been very difficult to get away the balls from this line and length, wicket to wicket. But every time they've erred in line, Ziaul Haq more so towards the pads of the batters and outside of the leg stump. Elias, for once, erred in his line. This was his real first loose delivery in his 10 deliveries, Elias, which Singh put away in great style. But yet, the options the Kingsmen have, you don't have to wait too long. Down the wicket, it is in the air, not a clean strike, and won't carry to the fielder at third.
I think it's important for the bowlers to realize that once the ball is coming nicely onto the bat, then you, as a bowler, as a seamer especially, you got to think of about how to take the pace off the ball. Think about those cutters because it's a dry surface. Nearly picked up a wicket here because the batter went down the wicket and was not near to it. It was in the air, but away from that fielder at third.
That's well bowled by Elias. Good pace on that occasion, good heat. Ramiz Raja behind the stumps. Gathers. Another good one for the Raiders. 4 done, 36 for 1. Ramiz Raja. ये रमीज राजा गलत है रमीज राजा नहीं ये कराची का इसलिए दो वनडे में खेले पाकिस्तान के लिए रमीज राजा जूनियर Waqas Maksud normally bowls with a new ball. I think it's him, huh? Yeah, I want to help. Looks like Anwar Ali from the far end will replace. Still no spell. He will take the pace off though, Anwar Ali. He's gone down in pace recently, so he's added a lot of variations. The first delivery was a slower cutter.
And that's exactly what he needs to do. Being a seamer here, batters are pretty comfortable if the ball's coming nicely onto the bat. But if you do tend to take the pace off the ball, then you really have to work a little bit harder for the batter to score runs. But it's a great start, 37 in quick time, and this is the fifth over.
Once again, no timing. Just a single. He was probably looking to hit it through onto the offside. The ball never arrived.
You played it a little bit too early. And you can understand how Anwar Ali is shaping up. He is not bowling quick. So the ball will come a little bit late onto the batter. Went through it very, very quickly. And that's what the batter needs to adjust and adapt quickly. That's just a good start. And you need to capitalize as a team. And the ones in the middle, they need to cash in here. It's a wonderful start for the Raiders.
Good work in the field. Pace on for once from Anwar Ali. He's mixing it up. First was an off cutter, slow delivery, then the leg cutter one. This time pace on. Very experienced cricketer. Obviously, he's played at the top level. He's trying to play with the minds of the batters, not to allow him to set into a pattern to line him up.
Again, well bowled, good run straight to the fielder. Probably the fielder at mid-off should come in a bit more closer to stop those singles. Yeah, once the fielders are inside the circle, you need to make sure that if the ball is hit towards you, the single is not given away. That time, straight to the fielder, and a single taken.
Big chase. Saad Ali, I think, will get to the ball. Couple of runs. Throw is good. Chance here. Umpire was in perfect position. Shakes the head. Good bit of running in the end.
Good cricket all around. Yeah, he's not happy, unreally. He thought maybe the fielder could have done a little bit better. Just, the ball just died down. Was flicked away off his legs and fine leg. And the ball, before reaching the boundary, stopped in its tracks. Well, the fielder came quite rushing in and picked it up. Not a bad throw. Good cricket.
Just happened right in front of us. The throw was very flat and hard. Straight next to the stumps for Ramiz Raja. We might get a chance to have a look at that again. In the air and gone. Anwar Ali is a brilliant fielder. Very, very quick to react in his follow through. Tall man had to go low to take this and has done it brilliantly.
That is an outstanding catch. Never easy of your own follow through, no matter if you're a seamer or a spinner. And that was hit hard. That is a brilliant catch. Look how low he had to go to take the grab. What a grab! That is from Anwar Ali of his own bowling.
Krishnamurthy is the one who's been dismissed, who was looking pretty good. And the rate is now 43 for 2. Worth another look. It happened so quickly. Like I said, he's a tall boy. He had to go a long way down. With the poise and balance that he's done it, Anwar Ali has always been a great all-round fielder. Very agile, very nimble. Unlike some of the fast bowlers who are really stiff. He doesn't have that kind of flexibility, but not Anwar Ali. That was a great piece of cricket. And they needed it too, the Kingsmen, because the partnership was propelling.
Yeah, we were expecting a spin to be introduced, but you got to give it to the skipper, Ahmad Azam, to replace a seam with another seamer. And now he has picked up a wicket of his last delivery, where especially Sanjeev Krishnamurthy was looking dangerous. What a catch!
No shots shake, the new man in. It is quite strange to continue Ilyas win the third over. Very rarely we see a captain allow a bowler to bowl a 3-over spell in a T20 game.
Well, that's the strategy. Well, that's what probably they might have discussed it in the dressing room also among themselves, who to continue with. In his third over, as you pointed out, Faisal. But he's picked up a wicket. Don't forget that. He's picked up a wicket. His game has gone for 10 runs. So they feel that he can pick up another one here.
They have options galore after the power play in terms of spin, and also people who are very good at death bowling. Anwar Ali is one of them. And Waqas Maqsood, who hasn't bowled yet, he's a Very, very skillful left arm seamer. He can bowl in the death. And although Zia didn't have a good opening with his Yorkers, he's also a good option for the death. So probably that's why they think Ilyas, if he's on a roll and having a new batter in the middle as well, just get him through with his spell. The fielder is sitting back at point, and the batter had given up. Naushad wasn't even looking to make his ground. Lucky escape.
Yeah, it was a great opportunity because the non-striker was not interested at all. It went straight to the point fielder. Direct hit would have been curtains.
He had only one stump to aim at. Generally, they comprise very, very good fielders, the Kingsmen. We've seen Anwar Ali. Hassan Khan is another brilliant fielder. Ilyas himself is not shabby either.
It's turning out to be a good over. He's not conceded a single run in this over. He's bowled 4 dots. Outstanding. Stump to stump, very straight. Hasn't given any width whatsoever. You just have to finish up nicely here. Excellent over.
Again, at the back end of the over, fielders inside the ring are just sitting a little bit deep, which they didn't need to in their over because the batters weren't trying to put any pressure. But Naushad gets off the mark with a single.
You need to have a good understanding. There was a little bit of a hiccup earlier on, but this time around there was no hesitation whatsoever, and straight away they've gone to pick up a cheeky single.
Last ball before the power play is done and dusted. Ian Dev Singh, who's been there since the beginning. What is he thinking? 2 wickets down already. Ilyas didn't allow him any length to get underneath it. Excellent over from Muhammad Ilyas. Bowling 3 overs on the trot. It's gone 1 for 11. 6 done. 45 for 2. Last 2 overs, definitely the scoring rate has been pegged back. First Anwar Ali and then Muhammad Ilyas. More protection now since the power play is done. See a deep square leg as well. It's a fine leg right in front of our com box. Fielder just trotting back to third as well. There is a deep cover too. Once again, Anwar Ali was in action, dropped this time. This was even tougher. It came at a quicker pace. Anwar still managed to get down, got both hands, but couldn't hold on to it.
Yeah, not an easy chance. Yeah, just one-handed. Just one-handed. He couldn't because of his follow-through. He's moving away to the left side. The ball was to his right hand, so he had to reach out and dive. It was a really good attempt, but unfortunately he could not hold on to it. Would have been another very good catch.
A couple things. It was away to his right, so he had to really stretch. This is leading edge. It won't carry to third. He's causing all sorts of problems. He's not express. But obviously, the control he has and the variations, it's really posing a difficult challenge for the batters.
Yeah, we saw 4 boundaries in 1 over. Remember that. Uh, at that stage, we thought that is going to be really good for batting. But yes, it's a strong comeback from Kingsmen. The bowlers maintaining a really good line and length, and obviously taking the pace of the ball is worked in their favour. You reading the surface as quickly as possible. That's where you can hurt the opposition.
Sharp pitch delivery, good height on it, but it was always going downhill when it was reaching to the keeper.
That's the reason why we say that even if you want to bowl a short pitch delivery, if you're taking the pace of the ball, you're actually giving nothing away to the batters because he went for the pull shot, but it arrived so late. Just look at the way it dropped down in front of the keeper. So another clever piece of bowling from Anwar Ali.
Bringing all his experience to the fore. Holding the ball seam up. He has bowled very few seam up deliveries, though. Once again, holds it back. Doesn't give in a lot away to the batters in terms of the grip.
Yeah, hitting the right length. He's hitting the business areas. Not short, not full, just back of the length on stumps. That's the idea. That's how you can stop the batters to score runs.
Yeah, he's been very good ever since he's come into the attack rather. It's one delivery shy of his 2 overs. He's put the brakes on the scoring. He got the breakthrough. And now, with no shot, 3 of 7 and Singh 15 of 15, we'll be looking to each other. Just come up with a plan to break the shackles. I'm pretty sure when spin comes into the attack, if they bowl in right areas, they will be difficult to get away. Although with Usman Qadir in the lineup, he at times can be erratic. Knocked him over inside edge. The frustration was building, and Singh thought he needed to do something about it. Come up with an adventurous stroke, but didn't work out. And Anwar Ali, good value for his second wicket as well.
Yeah, full credit to the bowler. Knowing that the batter was getting a little bit frustrating, was he decided to go down the wicket. He saw him early and pitched it a little bit touch short. Went for the swing inside edge and onto the stumps. That is a very good wicket. That's what pressure can do. So Raiders lose their third. It's 48 for 3.
This Shubham. We'll see.
Skipper.
In serious need of a partnership. Our Raiders, after a bright start, they've suffered from the regular loss of wickets. Usman Qadir is coming into the attack. That should be very interesting.
Yes, yes, son of the late Abdul Qadir, one of the finest that Pakistan produced. What a bowler was he. It'll be interesting to see how he bowls here. Yeah, you have to pitch it up. We saw how the ball behaves. First time spin been introduced after the 7th over. He's taking a little bit time to adjust his field. He's got a slip in place and a strong offside field also.
Starts off with a googly. I can tell you that he's got all the tricks in the trade. He's got a big booming leg break. He's got a googly and a very deceptive flipper. But the thing with Usman over the years has been he's lacked the consistency that is required at the international level. Couldn't cement a place in Pakistan team.
Just notice the low bounce he's getting. The first one kept very low. Even this delivery tried to just dab it down on the onside. It just kept, again, very low. So he's not getting that bounce. So the idea for him, or a better idea, I should be saying, is to try to make sure that the ball ends up hitting the stumps. There you go. It's a little bit wide outside the off stump. Now he wants another fielder, short fine.
Yeah, sure, he has the ability to turn the ball. You saw that. And if you're not reading him, it's going to make life very difficult for you as a batter.
Now, what about that bounce? Now, where did that come from? Couple of balls keeping low, and then all of a sudden there's bounce. So there you go, the spinners asking questions.
Oh, well, well, well. All that, and then after this, still nothing ball, but everything happened in slow motion, it may seem. Plenty of time for the batter to turn around, no shot, and get the reverse out for 3 runs.
It's a poor delivery. He could have hit it even down the leg side because he's got so much time. It will be fine with picking up those 3 runs. So they need a bit of a partnership here going. A bit of a start, but then those wickets, those 2 wickets, the last 2 wickets where the batters were looking good, just a couple of overs tightened up, but they hardly gave anything away. There's a pressure build and kept on building, forcing the batters to play false shots.
Googly goes through the gate. A lot of his mannerisms are just like his father, Abdul Qadir. Springy run up. Have a look.
Yeah, lovely delivery. The wrong one. He didn't pick that one up.
Yeah, the leg spinner. He's pulled, mix him up throughout the over. Good over to start off for Usman Qadir. 8 done. The Raiders 53 for 3. He has all the skill in the world. मेहनत नहीं कर रहा और उस दिन चलो not like his guys he was so brave. अब हमारी आवाज जा रही है
Actually, it's not attached or anything.
Hassan Khan now
I'm saying it's not attached or
win from both ends. The man in red hot form throughout the Major League Cricket and in the minor league cricket. Very, very good cricketer. Left arm spin, exceptional fielder, and a very, very good bat in the middle of the order.
Yeah, the Kingsmen have got a few spinners available.
Just one-handed sweep. It won't go to the fence.
Not the right start that they would have hoped for. You mentioned about him being very successful in the recent past, but that's not a great start, is it? Down the leg side, easy pickings again.
Absolute gift. Milind Kumar giving the chase. Look at that.
And now, if you can bowl that, then stick to it. You don't have to do anything else. Just pitch it fuller. And look at that. They turned it square. That was turned sharply.
Wide of the crease, angling in. Once again, the outside half of the bat. Created great angle on that previous delivery as well. It kept coming at the batter and then it pitched middle and leg and just turned square, like you said. Quick run. The momentum of the innings has completely stalled after that over number 4.
Yeah, he was short and wide this time around. Certainly there is turn, there's purchase for the spinners. And they'll have a bigger say here. They need to tighten things up. Yeah, they've been bowled after that over, which cost them 16 plus runs. Came back quite strongly down the ground for a single.
If you look at the spinning options, they have 6 of the remaining overs from these two, who's been bowling Usman and Hassan. And then if they want, they can get Rakeem Cornwell. More trouble for the batters. A good over from Hassan Khan after that first delivery, which went for 3. 9 gone. The Raiders, 59 for 3.
Well, he's got to bowl here, Rakeem Cornwell. I don't see why he would not come into the attack. Maybe later, for sure, he has to bowl on this kind of a track. The kind of purchase that the spinners are getting from the surface.
Adil Usman is still searching for the right pace as well. Some of the deliveries that he's getting a lot of turn, most of them are keeping low, barring that one delivery that really kicked and turned. Really had to fetch it from way outside the off stump.
It's one of the shots that the bowlers don't really enjoy seeing the batters play. That's the sweep shot. It's against the spin. But you got to get it right, because if you don't, then there's a top edge. Possibility of getting a top edge.
Straight down the ground, no chance for the fielder. He was barely 10 yards away from that, but it was struck so fiercely, it didn't have the time to come around.
Cracking shot. Cracking shot. It was pitched up and went like a rocket, because there is a fielder at long off, not too far away from where the ball had gone to the boundary. Had no chance whatsoever. That's the shot. A little bit straighter. Fielder was a little bit wider. Back live.
Another of Usman's thing is that if you put him under some pressure, we watch this. He shot really just premeditated, because it was right there. It was a full toss. If you get it onto the full, at least he can get a safe single down the ground. But premeditation cost him on that occasion. Running is hard, is a long way for the fielder to come, but covered the ground nicely enough. Good over for the Raiders. Able to get the scoreboard ticking along at the halfway stage. They are 65 for 3. Thank you. You do 2 overs?
Yeah, you want to leave what you want to come back. Not that long. You also keep So at the halfway stage, 65 for 3. Thanks a lot to Shah Faisal. Of course, a good friend Ali. At Ali Khan. It's good to have him here in Atlanta. Full toss. Struck away. 65 for 3 after 10. It's not ideal, but given what we saw this morning on this track, when say Louis team they were bowled out for 44. Oh, that's well bowled. Beautiful delivery there. Had him grouping forward. Lovely loop by Hassan. Not to be confused with Hassan Tariq Muhammad, who is, of course, the owner of the Atlanta Open. This is clipped away. So what these two will try to do, now Shad is on 18 of 19, is winning there a bit. So he may want to get a move on. And Shubman, 4 from 10, he would also want to show some more urgency. Sweeping away nicely. The ball back spins, takes it further away from backward square. Only a single though. These two will be looking to probably push on till about over number 14 and then look to open up over number 13, over number 14. Again, lovely loop here. Don't think he'll mind Hassan giving away a single. And it's the end of 11. At the end of 11, the latest score here at the Atlanta Palmview Sporting Complex. DCC Raiders, they're 69 for 3. Of course, they're playing against Kingsmen. Kingsmen has a very powerful team with Shahjeel Khan. Of course, Saad Ali, Milind Kumar, Rameez Raja, Ahmad Azam, Anwar Ali, Mohammed Iyas, Ziaul Haq, Usman Kade, the son of the legendary late great Abdul Kade, Waqas Mahsood, Hasib Azam, Rakim Cornwall from the West Indies, and Ali Khan is a sub. Hassan Khan, of course, left arm orthodox. 70 for 3. It's Usman. He's bowled his 2 overs, given away just 11 of his first 2. He's in his 3rd now. He's created some problems. No wickets just yet. Here he is. Can turn for him, but a bit too short. And now Shad was able to go back onto the back foot, negotiated nicely. Slow turn, there's turn, but slow turn as well. Of course, on draft like these, you want to see runs, you want to see more runs. Bit too wide, you have to stretch it to get that. Looking at Usman Khan and his bowling action. At the beginning of his action, he looks a bit like Imran Tahir, but when he gets into his delivery stride, he looks almost identical to his late great father, Abdul Qadir, the man who used to dance to the crease. What a bowler he was. This man plies his trade in Australia mainly, and of course to Pakistan. Cornwall has to give chase, and Cornwall will pull it back because it stopped. So Carter just straying in line down the leg side and Cornwall getting the better of him. Sorry, the ball got the better of Cornwall. Oh, it's a good delivery. It was quick as well. Carter showing his variety. Don't know if he has as much variety as my good friend sitting next to me. That's, of course, Shah Faisal. Shah, welcome back.
Thank you very much, Vinod. Well, it's turning out to be a gorgeous afternoon now. Slightly on the warmer side, but brilliant in the shade.
Again, big turn, but a bit too short. That occasion, Shubman was able to play him off the past foot because of the length. It brings the overturn end. At the end of three, Usman Kadir has done well, none for 18, and the ladies score 76 for three. More thoughts, Shah Faisal.
It's a good seesaw battle. The Raiders got off to a good start, then was pegged back through Ilyas and Anwar Ali. Usman Kadir has come on in. Hassan Khan, the ball is turning square, literally. So the Raiders would be thinking, get to a total. And it's not going to get any easier from here on in.
I think from this position, they would fancy probably getting about 130, 140. But if you can get between 140, anyway, in the region of 140 to 155 there from this position, and given the nature of the track, I think that we have a match on our hands.
18 over from here will take them to that 140. And with wickets in hand, 18 over, modern day batters. I really don't think much of that run rate, although the quality in the bowling lineup is such that they would really have to play very well from here. I can see in the distance Waqas Maqsood is measuring his run. Another very, very experienced campaigner. Played for Pakistan in this format. Also played in the PSL. He's got bags of tricks actually, because he's not express. But earlier in the day, what we saw Fani Samadri doing, taking 4 wickets without conceding a run.
Yeah, that was an amazing feat by him.
Waqas can do all these things at 10 miles quicker than what Fani was doing. So if he gets it right, he will be a handful. There's no doubt about it.
Oh, it starts with a slow delivery. As you said before, he has a bag of trick.
It's strange that we haven't seen the big man with the ball. He's also handy in these conditions.
That he doesn't spin it that much. He darts it in. Comes from a tremendous height. Of course, you will well remember Shah. The big man has a record in this tournament, a double century. Again, piece off.
Yeah, he made the world headlines with that knock. Rakeem Cornwell. But this is what I meant when I said Waqas Maqsood has bag of tricks. Have a look at that.
Beauty. Similar to what Fani was doing early on.
Exactly.
Again, playing as late as possible. Yeah, no, Shah, he realizes that the ball is moving about. When that happens, you normally play as late as possible.
But here, survival is not only the name of the game. They got to come up with some scoring options. That makes it difficult. It's T20 format. And with time quickly running out,
I was saying, Leon, I think these two may well want to push it to rub over number 14 and then look to fire with 7 wickets in hand. Again, nice punch off the back foot. But Waqas will be happy with just giving away a single and bowling a hard length.
not allowing any room. And also the fielder in the deep was Hassan Khan. Made a stunning piece of fielding contribution in the minor league last week in one of the games. So no batters in this league would challenge on his arm, no matter how deep he is, because he's got an absolute bullet arm. Very quick across the turf as well. Excellent fielder.
Oh, going for the slower ball bumper. It didn't really bump, but it did create enough doubts in the batsman's mind.
He almost played 2 or 3 shots before the ball actually arrived. Have a look at that.
The never seen something. I'd like to see that again. I've never seen something like that, Shah.
Yeah, when he was advancing, he was looking for a big hit. Then halfway through,
Look at that. You almost look like Hassan Tariq batting. Top edge and four.
I have to admit, where did you see him bat? Because I live here and I have never seen him bat.
That's because he does bat. You haven't seen him bat because he doesn't last long. Hassan Tariq has done great work here in Atlanta to push cricket and judging. And there's another one who has done a lot. Jaish Patel is the owner of the Paramview Sports Complex. And, after listening to, I think it was the former mayor last night, you get an appreciation for the work that guys who are not in the government circle are doing, really. Sometimes they do a lot more to push the sport.
Yeah, exactly. Because what we did here in that function last night is that the government is always slow to react. So when people are out of government, they work a lot quicker. That's what the ex-mayor of Johns Creek was saying.
Well, that's literally just holding it back a bit. Hassan also showing what he can do.
He was the MVP for the Major League Cricket, wide of the crease.
Sterling Square, he's bowling in Lahore, and the ball is ending up in Karachi.
Play that.
Gone. Flocked out of the air. And again, you can see the batsman on that occasion not committed fully, just pushing out. And a lovely dismissal indeed. Lovely bit of spin bowling there.
Lovely bit of bowling and an excellent catch. Very nonchalant Anwar Ali. He's an excellent fielder. We've seen the evidence of that earlier as well. This time, making it look ridiculously easy. A smile on his face would suggest he really enjoyed it.
He did. You could carry him apple picking, could you? Of course, Atta Ali Khan will go with him to collect the apples.
Raiders, their innings is tumbling. They are now 83 for 4.
There you can see it again, Shah, not committed forward at all. It's as if he was, he has been reading him off the pitch. And that delivery, the previous delivery, he set him up really because the previous delivery he held back. This one he pushed through. So having held back the previous delivery, he was planted on the back foot, looking for a similar type delivery. It was pitched right up, then he couldn't get that left leg out to get control of the shot, as you would do.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned it because I don't know about you, Vinod, in Trinidad, but this wicket really takes me back to the club cricket in Pakistan where we generally get these kind of wickets with turn square and you get to see 2 or 3 very good left-arm spinners almost in every side. So, art of batting against spin, the footwork becomes very, very important because if the ball is being pitched in the right area and it's turning, you can't do anything about it. So, you have to take it out of your system and then wait for the next ball. Try and get as close to the pitch of the ball if you can, or just use the box and get right back in the crease. Keep your options open with looking to play with the straight bat, and if the length allows you, then you can bring the horizontal bat shot because at times the ball will give you time because it's turning and moving away from you. Generally, when left-arm spinners are bowling.
You can hear some instructions from the stump mic being given to the batsman from the non-striker. You might understand that language. I didn't.
Well, I don't. What I do understand is the signs that things are a lot easier from a non-striker end.
Yes, you were speaking about pitches like this and whether or not we get that in Trinidad. At times, though, you will get it in domestic cricket, but if you look at the West Indies and the pitches that are produced there, this type of pitch you get in Guyana more than anywhere else. Quicker delivery.
The strange thing is that I'm going to mention to you that you don't get this kind of pitch, dust ball turners in Pakistan domestic cricket. They're all from black clay They hardly ever break.
Mhm.
Hardly ever spinners come into play in domestic cricket. I'm talking about local club cricket, which is a tier below.
Yep.
And you always get these kind of wickets. This kind of disconnect between how we start to play in club cricket and then we go to first class cricket.
We have a number of West Indians who are viewing this at the moment because this broadcast is also being taken in the Caribbean on Pro Sport. And I can tell you this, they would understand exactly what you're saying because in Trinidad, good delivery, but again on the back foot there. Uh, you have in South Trinidad what is called black clay, and it's something that is much sought after with holes together nicely. And I was speaking to Atta just before he did the toss for the second game, and I was telling him this morning the extra moisture here. It was a bad decision by St. Louis to bat first on a track like that. But I was hoping as the afternoon progressed, it would bake and be easier. It might be a bit easier, it's less tacky, but still, it's still pretty slow and the ball is gripping, which is not a good advertisement for T20 cricket.
Not at all. That is
If you don't
the
want it, then
batters. That's the batter's game. That's what it's perceived as the T20 game. And batters have struggled here today. Well, I don't think Atlanta Fire will agree with me because they got to 44 in 4.1, but that was the exception with no pressure whatsoever.
Yeah,
But
guys like Stephen Taylor, they know how to play, and you made an excellent point. Under no pressure, we know this is a mental game more than anything else.
exactly. But here, two teams with good spread of quality players. I mean, I'm still thinking if the Raiders get to a total, even up to 120 maybe, they will still challenge if they ball in the right area, especially with spin.
So Kadir is going to come from the far end. Usman Kadir. Speaking about Guyana, they lost the finals of the CPL, and the man who put them out of their misery and that led St. Lucia to the title. I just saw him a couple moments ago. He's playing for Sampami, and that's one of your players here, Shah. Of course, Aaron Jones. And a chance for out at the non-strikers end. And Kade does the needful. Terrible mix-up.
Yeah, that's the last thing the Raiders needed. They're looking to build a partnership. And Noshad and Abiender got into a horrible mix-up. Into the gap. Really, look at that. Both batters ended at the same time. Completely breakdown of communication. And the wicket has been lost now. The half the side is back in the hutch for the Raiders. 85 for 5.
Well, there have been, as you said, there was a breakdown of communication, but they had a lot of communication after the fact that he was dismissed. The big man, Cornwall, refreshes himself in this sort of heat. There's a pleasant wind blowing across the ground that keeps you interested, so to speak. But as I said before, Shah, in my previous stint with you, so much heat here in Atlanta. One of my friends who has migrated to uh, Atlanta from Trinidad, he said that at times they call here Hotlanta.
I don't disagree with that at all. It's hot and humid as well.
Is it as hot as Bangladesh? We'll need to find out from Atlanta.
We will. Certainly is as hot as Karachi. I can tell you that. It's a wrong un. Usman appealing, but probably too much bounce on that.
He's a tall man, Usman. Mm. It was the wrong one, probably too much turn. And the umpire's mind. This track is offering a lot of turn. Might have missed the leg stump. Interesting though, a bit closer than I thought, Shah.
Yeah, but the umpiring is very difficult on these pitches, which offer so much turn, and you'll see apparent deliveries that would strike batters seemingly in front. You'd still have to think about the angles, where it pitched, and how much was the deviation, and how much distance the ball had to carry after hitting the pad. So tricky umpiring here. as difficult probably as it is for the batters.
There's Usman. Again, big turn. Big turn. You love to pitch it up slightly. They're maintaining that first slip in the form of Raheem Cornwall, who has taken some blinders in the slip region previously.
Look at how far back in the crease the batter is. That is very, very strange to see the stance of the batter. Harsh Kakani staying well back in the crease. Even with the front foot stride, he was barely in front of that popping crease. Have a look at that.
Harish has been on the back foot. He's been living on the back foot. That's dangerous with Cardiff. This time he gets it away down behind square. So some crucial breakthroughs. Just when these guys were looking to launch at the back end, wickets have fallen. It'll take a slight period of reconciliation again, to rebuild again. In the interim, overs are, overs are going. Well, that's the action from the second ground there, Shah. One of our cameramen, he is trying to give you a view. You can commentate on both grounds.
Yeah, action plenty here on this opening day of 2024 Atlanta Open T20 tournament. 3 fields used today and tomorrow. Plenty of good action, and like I said, could not have asked for a perfect weather for the opening day of Atlanta Open. Bathed in sunshine is the Paramveer Sports Complex. Beautiful outfields wherever you look at it. Like to think that the wicket, the main field here, needs to do a little bit better for the batters.
Swept away in the air and out of here. Bit of top edge in that too, Shah. Let's
It
have a
did.
look.
Yeah, it did. And for a moment, it looked like the fielder was interested. It really went in his direction, but over his head. You see, he was lining it up to see if he can get it with the leap. Not to be. Ziaul Haq is the man, one of the very tall members of this side, the Kingsmen. That's better now. Harsh Kakani, after hitting a 6, gets a single, getting closer to those 3 figures. This game by no means is over. You may just tune in and see that the batters are struggling, and you think, well, it's not going to happen for the Raiders.
Not on this track, as Shah is saying. He's quite right. So it keeps a bit low. 120, 130. We could still have a game on our hands here.
Absolutely. And it's kind of challenge for the bowlers as well. Generally, in T20 cricket, they've mastered the art of defensive bowling. And here, with so much turn on offer, they really have to come out of that comfort zone that they're used to and almost try to bowl the red ball stuff here. The adjustment needs to be made right here, right now.
Hassan, 1 for 20. Oh, that's a good delivery. That looked very good. And there comes the dreaded finger of the umpire. And so it was a slow, painful death there as he rose his finger sharp, very, very slowly in the air. Ominous indeed. Let's have a look.
Yeah, and the batter didn't really like it. Umpire Brian Kane, one of the best umpires around. Wide of the crease.
Oh,
Did it pitch on? Yes.
did look good. Yeah.
And probably would have clipped off stump.
Let's have another look at that. Oh, director can give us that.
There you go.
Beautiful bit bowling by Hassan. Look at this. Oh my, Stevie Wonder would have given that.
Probably even slower than Brian Kane. His famous nod of the head used to come way before the finger went up.
Brian has been around the circuit here in America, has done pretty well. Solid, if I may use a word to describe him. So it's beautiful cricket here in Atlanta. This Paramveer Sports Complex is a buzz of activity when it comes to cricket in the cricketing season. When does the season end here?
Well, it should end middle of October, end of October, when it starts to get cold. The fall kicks in. But
And it reopens around mid-year next year.
sooner than that,
Mm.
yeah, around April, end of March, April, local leagues start. But somehow, once again, to give credit to Hassan Tariq, he's found the perfect window in terms of weather for Atlanta Open. Last year as well, was played in October. Hassan Khan's over has come to an end. So as his spell, 2 for 20, his work for the day. Raiders 96 for 6.
Hey, you'll take that any day and twice on a Sunday. Lovely bowling there by Hassan, an exhibition in the slow bowling. Of course, aided by the track, but take nothing away from him. His variety, I think, was really the essence of his contribution today. You saw slow deliveries, you saw him hold back some, you saw, of course, the drift, you saw, well, massive turn, which is what is on offer.
Pace after quite some time. It's Waqas Maqsood. I say pace, but there's very little of it on offer from Waqas. He runs in thrice as much as Hassan Khan and probably bowls at the same pace as Hassan Khan.
His approach to the crease is aggressive. Let's have a look at that for this delivery.
It's the bustle leaning forward, running in like a proper fast bowler. Don't get me wrong, Waqas Maqsood in his heyday could really get the ball through at a very good pace in red ball format.
That was a quicker delivery, though. That was quick. Probably heard Shah. I just wanted to prove something to Shah. Shah, who is, of course, a Bible when it comes to cricket in Pakistan and America now. So when Shah says something, they want to prove him wrong.
It's too far. He's on the far end. Probably if he was closer to us, he might have heard me describing his pace as Hassan Khan. If he hears that, he's not going to like that.
Oh, beautiful delivery. You know, there's this discussion that takes place in the West Indies, and you're probably in a good position to give me an answer. Where and how do the Pakistan Cricket Board produce so many fast bowlers coming through? How does it happen in the subcontinent? That's
Well,
a question on the lips of many people in the Caribbean.
yeah, there is one very, very good reason for that. I'll come back to it.
Beautiful delivery. Going on with the angle.
Yeah, it's not so much with Pakistan Cricket Board. It's basically the cricket that is played in Pakistan in the streets is with a tennis ball
Hmm.
with an electric tape on.
Oh,
So that is very
tape ball cricket.
lightweighted. Yeah, tape ball cricket. So that's very light. And to get it through, you have to have a quick arm action.
Mm.
So when you do that, and when you take up the red ball, the proper cricket ball, it gets through a lot quicker because it's slightly heavier in weight and obviously made out of leather. So that quick arm action is basically what tunes and conditions your body to bowl fast because you do it day in, day out. I mean, there is no season for tape ball cricket. You play it all year round.
I love it. That's a perfect explanation, an explanation that I've finally gotten. I can take it back to the Caribbean now. Moved away. Using your experience. After 17, it's 99 for 6. What do you think may be a final score?
Well, I mean, at least run a ball they should be targeting. Siddhesh Patare is a good player. Naushad has been there for quite some time, 34 of 35. So they do have ability with the bat. So a minimum run a ball will take them to 117, which I won't be too disappointed with it considering the condition. At least I would have given my bowlers something to bowl at.
Well, you wouldn't be too disappointed visiting right there. What we saw on the screen just now.
No, not at all. Even though I've just had my lunch, but hey, It's never a bad time.
Never.
Never, never for me at least. Yeah, but if they do even better and get up to like 8 in over 24 runs, 220 or 123, would really be a psychologically good total to have more than a run a ball to defend in these conditions. And then the bowlers will really have to bowl. Danish Kaneria is in the lineup, and also Akhilesh Budagam, very, very prolific spinner. I mean, he will be a handful no matter what they get from here on in. Akhilesh would really turn and spin a web against the batters.
Right there, he was looking to just paddle it around the corner, and Ziaul Haq would have none of that. Ziaul Haq, not to be confused with the former president of Pakistan. You know, I was having a discussion with Viv Richards, and with being a friend of mine. So we were actually in Dubai for the first ever day-night test match between the West Indies and Pakistan. And, you know, in conversation, he was telling me that hardly anyone ever struck fear in him. But
But
he said when he met Zia-ul Haq, because ul Haq had shown up, this is driven beautifully down the ground, just a single. And Zia-ul Haq had shown up at Faisalabad to meet the West Indies and Pakistan players before a test match. He said, and there's this piercing look in his eyes that gave him a chill.
yeah, I mean, if you're a student of your history, you would know what Ziaul Haq was made of, and I don't blame Survev because Ziaul Haq had that persona.
Single. 100 is up in over number 18. Have you met him personally, Zia-ul Haq?
I shook his hand when I was very little. He was just passing by the road, and he was just in his motorcade. And back
Mhm.
in the day, not much security, so he just stopped by the roadside to meet people who were there, and I was happened to be one of them. I shook his hand. I was too little actually
To understand.
to understand, and his fear that people had for him. I mean, later on, when we read your history, you find out what he was made of.
Yep.
But this Ziaul Haq is a gentle giant.
Gentle giant, yeah.
He's very soft-spoken. Not on a cricket pitch, by the way, like most of these cricketers are. He can get feisty.
Definitely. It's all part and parcel of the game. You know, the Australians, they love it.
This broadcast has been followed in quite a few places up in the country, in New York. We have a good old friend, Leonard Achabar. He's tuned in. He's watching.
Good
You
old
at
Lenny.
No ball.
Yep. No ball for height. Full pitch delivery over the wings. John Haq will argue that the ball was dying, but still, when it passed the batsman, it's just always ways. Want to say good afternoon to good old Lenny, the mayor of Georgetown. Should have been here. I think he told me that he will be engaged in some playoffs, I think.
Friday morning he's coming. So he'll be coming straight from the airport to the field with all his gadgets.
That's some gadgets, man. Pulled away around the corner for one. You know, he's a one-stop shop. He's like he's, you know, he's like a 7-Eleven. He has everything with
He
him.
has everything. That's
I'm not surprised that, you know, if Lenny Achiba goes to a match and they loses a ball, they lose a ball. If they may come to him, he may just have one to loan them.
they lose a ball, he's handy.
Well,
They
we'll-
lose a bowler, he may be handy. But if they lose a batter, they don't want him in T20 because
that's
he can
another
only
story.
block.
That's another story. Bowl him on the back foot again, and Ziaul Haq has rocked back the middle stump. What a pretty sight there for any fast bowler.
Well, that will certainly cheer up Ziaul Haq because it hasn't been his day. Look at those expensive figures under these circumstances. For once, he's bowling straight and reaping the reward. It kept low, just rolled his fingers over it, but the areas were good. And Noshad, who was pretty settled, he couldn't cope with that. That's a big blow because Noshad could have made a real difference in the last 10 deliveries or so. But he's gone now, and the Raiders are 104 for 7.
Yeah, definitely. Again, Ziaulak using all his experience coming to the park, so to speak. And there you can see him just rolling those fingers across the ball and kept a bit low, as you said as well. But what he did right was bowl wicket to wicket. You miss, I hit. And speaking about hit, I don't think Lenny Achaiba hits too many, doesn't he? There's this New Year's Day match that he posted so gleefully on social media, and every shot, it's a forward defense. Very tight, though, I dare say. And if it's not that, it's a backward defense.
Yeah, he's old-fashioned in terms of batting.
He's solid. He
He's
makes
not required in this day and age. T20 cricket.
he makes Jeffrey Boycott looks like the master blaster. So Lenny, he'll give me some when he comes on Friday. I'm sure about that. That's one. But what a servant he has been for America's cricket.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, very selfless, great individual. And like you said, he does multitask a lot of the times.
Well, he's never trusting of the scorers. He scores himself.
Well, based on his own experience, which goes back decades now. So I don't blame him.
Wow.
Even last week at the minor league championship, there was a
Mm,
hiccup in scoring, and Lenny was spot on, so he was on hand to correct things. Very handy.
good delivery. Don't third man though. Some pace on that. And Rokas looking to heat it up here in the afternoon. And of course, this is over number 19. Yes, he's always there for reference, so to speak. And I'll inform the guys at Cricket 360 who are doing this production. I'll inform them that in, in the event they need a monitor, he also walks with a monitor all the way from New York, pushed away. Tumbling Steve.
Once again, that man Anwar Ali has been in the thick of action all day. I have a funny feeling about this score that it looks very thin on the face of it. Probably it will still give the Raiders something to fight on, because if they get a few early wickets, send the jitters early doors, it could make a real fist of it. I wonder if they believe it.
Slow delivery. So Gas showing his variety here. And the variety is so essential in this instant game.
I would have thought now the variety is the quicker delivery, because everything else is exclusively slower.
Dwayne Bravo showed that he would bowl 5 slow deliveries. The slow delivery became a stock delivery. So delivery.
Was the quicker delivery.
Let's have a look at that again. I don't think that was very far off the stumps though. Just going on with the angle. Straighten slightly.
The surface in the square is pretty abrasive as well. The breeze blowing. Don't be surprised with so many Pakistani bowlers around to see that
Reverse
ball
swing.
reverse.
Mhm.
Yeah. And Wakas is a good exponent, like I said, very experienced. So
So one over the count. 108 for 7.
they need at least one boundary in this over to get them closer to that 120 mark. Strong batting lineup there for the Raiders as well. Saad Ali, Milind Kumar, Ramiz Raja, Hamad Azam himself. Not to forget the big man, Rakeem Cornwell. Hassan Khan, also very good all-round cricketer.
If these guys fail to get up to at least 120, I think that the mindset of Kingsmen will be that, this is a squad that they can knock off easily. They will take the fear factor out of their mind and they will come into bat and bat positively. If, on the other hand, they can get up to what to me is one of the most difficult scores to get in a T20 match, which is around 130. Somehow 130 always gives trouble. And if they can get up to that, then there'll be a situation of runs on the board and runs on the board. And there could be some slight scoreboard pressure in that direction.
Yeah, more than a run a ball, like 6.5 per over, 130, that kind of score on this pitch, where a few dots could really build pressure. Finding boundaries is not easy. Couldn't find the gap. Clever adjustment by the Kingsmen bowlers, though. After 3 overs, they've realized it's not worth bowling pace on this pitch, so they took the pace off. Anwar Ali bowled the 4th over from the far end, and he bowled really well in tandem with Ilyas first, and then the spinners came on. No looking back after that. That boundary is still elusive for the Raiders with 3 deliveries to go.
So that's his pet shot there, Rashil. Just playing it down to third man. It's the fourth time that he has done it for his 4 runs. And this is the final over. I think he should be throwing his bat at everything.
Because the ball is not coming on and the variations as such, he hasn't been able to line up the bowlers. Siddesh Patara has been there for 12 deliveries. Probably he has a better opportunity. He's got his eye in. Where can he find the boundary that his team needs right now?
Bowl him! And that's the third wicket there for Ziaul Haq. Castles. The batsman on that occasion puts him out of his misery. He was going at actually 50%.
Yeah, he tried to move around the crease to put Zia off, but he wasn't to be deterred. A nice length and roll of those fingers. Another cutter has accounted for Siddesh Pathare. 111 for 8 with only 1 delivery to go.
Yeah, one delivery. So good afternoon to the great man himself, Brian Walters. Says he's a Jamaican.
What do you mean he says he's a Jamaican?
I don't know. Listening to him speak, I think he's an American. One delivery to go, and the man comes in with 100 adorned on his shirt. Yeah, well, that will be looking for for
That's
3, sorry.
Akhilesh Burugam, who started playing cricket here in this country, right here in Atlanta for Atlanta Fire. Big swing and a miss. Chance for a bye. Double play. Nothing happening. And all that effort was just for that one bye. That will close out the innings for 112 for Raiders for the loss of 8 wickets.
Yep. So that's the situation here at the halfway stage. We are going to take a short break. We'll be right back to continue the action.
Very warm welcome back to Paramveer Sports Complex. We're all in readiness for the run chase. The unmissable figure of big Rakeem Cornwell will take the strike. The immediate news is also that the Kingsmen have introduced the impact player, Ahmad Alam. He's at the non-striker end. Hailing from Karachi, formidable batter as well, Ahmad Alam. But it's Cornwell on strike. Stand and deliver and go fetch that. The effort was good, but not good enough to prevent the boundary. That is the start that we see Rakeem Cornwell get so very often.
Intentions very clear from the big man. Big lad didn't come on to bowl a single over, but a cracking shot to start his innings. Yeah, just strolling around, he knew that the ball will go over to the boundary. And finally it does. Valiant effort. And straight away, he's looking at his bat. He might have just cracked it up because I see someone carrying a couple of bats towards him. That's you can look at the way he has started this innings. That's what he intends to do: smash some quick runs and get his team to a really good start.
If you remember, Akhtar Bhai, in the first innings, both the openers changed their bat after playing one delivery each, and now
Sure.
it's Rakeem Cornwell. What's going on with the bats? Bat manufacturers? Come on, guys. Umar Farooq. Off the bottom of the bat, but such is the power of Rakeem Cornwell. One bounce over the fence. Off to a rollicking start.
Yeah, they have two fielders outside the circle. One is at long on, the other is a deep square leg. Another cracking shot. It's a little bit too wide, and as we saw it earlier, he's not going to hold himself back. He's picked up two boundaries in the first two deliveries. Now the keeper comes closely behind the stump because he doesn't want to see him getting that big stride in. He's in an attacking mood. I can tell you one thing: 112 is a kind of a score. If they bowl a couple of good overs, you never know. But what a start! What a start!
They push the long off back after those two boundaries. The square leg is in. Wicket keepers up. I do not think it will perturb Rakeem Cornwell one bit. Yeah, have some of that. He's deposited the ball right where the fielder came from. Just a little shimmy across the stumps and a little flick, and it carried a long way.
That's a brute power. Simply brute power. And look at that go. That's almost double the distance here. What a shot over the fence. So 4, 4, and 6. Electrifying start from Rakeem Cornwell. Well, there is something that he feels that he can play a few more shots. Long off, long on. Where does he bowl? Where does the next ball go?
Wide. Try to hide it outside the off stump. And the edge will go to the boundary. No luck for the bowler on that occasion, but Rakeem Cornwell has come out all guns blazing.
18 of the first 4 deliveries. It's a genuine edge, but no third or fine leg. This one's gone past that short third field. Once it gets past him, there's no way that ball's going to stop. It's gone to another boundary. Doesn't really matter whether it's coming from the middle part of the bat or an outside edge. It's boundaries galore.
I mean, I just feel for Umar Farooq at the top of his mark. What is he thinking? Where can he bowl now? He's bowled within the stumps. He's bowled wide of the stumps. He's bowled full. He's bowled length. And everything has traveled. Now the square leg is going back again.
Try the Yorker. Got to try the Yorker. Looks to be in a very dangerous mood, Rakeem Cornwell.
Instead, he went for the slow delivery that plugs in the outfield. Rakeem is not very keen on running very fast. It was the 5th delivery. So not good news for the bowler who's going to bowl the second over.
Yeah, pace of the ball. That's why he couldn't time it. Yes, it went over the top of the infield, but the ball does not travel, just sits. What a start. What a start for Kingsmen. It just shows the strength they have, especially in the batting order.
Watch out for this boy Ahmad Alam as well. He's not shabby either. Beautifully lent into it. Glorious piece of timing. Won't go to the fence again, but marks the talent of the man. Just a single. You would have to bear with that when you're batting alongside Rakeem Cornwall.
20 runs in the first over. A lovely looking shot. First ball that he faces is caress it through the covers. 20 without loss in the first over.
Well, what a combo this is in the middle. Giant Rakeem Cornwall and Ahmad Alam. You wouldn't believe if you look at Ahmad Alam and think that he's 26-year-old. He's got that baby face looks. He's been around for a while in Pakistan domestic cricket. Prolific red ball cricketer as well. I've seen him score a couple of magnificent hundreds. But then last December, he played in the National T20 Cup and he was $1 million. And his team ended up winning the championship. This wicket will test his mettle in terms of his free-flowing stroke play. Sanjay Krishnamurthy, the new bowler.
Yeah, I thought he batted well. Was unlucky to get out because he also started in a really good fashion. But this is the kind of wicket that spinner. Sanjay should enjoy bowling here.
That pitched outside the leg, although it hit him on the back leg. Turn with the new ball.
Yeah, we've seen the spinners, the kind of purchase they've got from the surface. Yeah, way outside the leg stump. Yeah, important for the skipper, Sanjay Krishnamurthy, to ensure that he can have spinners bowling early because the first over bowled by the seamer went for 20. Defending a big total is 112.
Certainly, that's not the kind of start that the fielding side would have wanted because 20 chipped off of that very, very small target. Though, under the circumstances, you would have thought it would be slightly competitive, but they needed a good start and early wickets to make that 112 look a lot more than what it does. But 20 knocked off, nice and easy. Let's put the pressure back on the bowlers. In the air, Rakeem will not try to attempt that single. How unusual is that?
Well, you'd see him what he did in the first over. Well, he's not bothered to run, looking to smash boundaries.
You don't need to run if you can hit like that. The fielder was sprawling around, a despairing dive, not enough to prevent the boundary.
That's exactly what I was talking about. Why run when you can pick up boundaries at will? He smashed a really good effort in the deep. This was short, and he picked the length very quickly. Bottom hand coming into play there, flicks it away. He got a bit of a hand to the ball, but in the end, the ball wins the race.
2 done, 25 for none. टेबल टेनिस वाली लेकिन छोटा रैकेट बल्ला इसके Shubham Ranjane, the skipper, into the attack. Ahmad goes over the top, plays the mid off. It does plug, allow the fielder to track it back. And just a single. No, Shubham Ranjan.
Shubham Ranjane, correction here. Shubham Ranjane is the skipper. Well, they've gone to against Seam, the skipper, bringing himself on. And he needs to bowl well here. Well, whenever he's taken strike and whenever he's attempted to play shots, you can feel that there will be a bit of a chance. That one just dropping short of that fielder. Again, a chip in the air. That's exactly what the bowler needs to do. Don't give him the slot ball where he can swing his arms, cramp him with some room.
Keep your hands ready and clean. The chance may come. Well, the Cornwall chip will race away as opposed to the Ahmad Alam chip. And chasing the leather are the Raiders at the hands of Rakeem Cornwall.
Such a good looking shot it is because it was not full. And you can see the fielder at mid-off. Not an half volley, just waited for it. And up and over. A couple of bounces to the fence. Very good shot.
That's gone straight up. Chance. And dropped. Can you believe it? What have you done? Harsh Kakani under the high ball. Couldn't catch Rakeem Cornwall. And a big let off for the big man.
Yeah, the skipper nearly doing the trick. He did all he could to force the batter to play a false shot. Went high up in the air. I know what I was talking about because the way he has batted, you will always feel they're in with a chance. It took a long time to judge it. Got underneath it, but just could not hold on to it. Could turn out to be a very costly miss.
You pointed out absolutely correctly. When Rakeem is batting like that, you got to keep your hands clean and ready because the opportunity can come anytime. And Kakani would want this field to open up and swallow him. The worst feeling on a cricket pitch is to drop a catch, and to drop someone like Rakeem Cornwall, he won't be able to look his teammates in the eye for quite some time. 3 done, 31 for none. Well, the battle resumes. Krishnamurti is really slowing it up now, not giving any pace to Rakeem Cornwall, either the length. Well, mid-on is still up in the ring, and Rakeem Cornwall will hit you in unusual areas for the delivery you bowl to him. No chance for Akhilesh Budagam.
Poor delivery. Too easy for him to slap it away. Yet another boundary. And again, after hitting a boundary, he needs a new bat.
Like, despite his strike rate, still not striking them all in the middle. Bowled him. Rakeem Cornwall was done by a beautiful delivery from Sanjay Krishnamurti, bowling into his blind alley, pitching it outside the leg stump and turning Rakeem Cornwall square. His shots for the big hit really didn't work out.
Yeah, not a single time we saw him playing a defensive stroke. But this is a good breakthrough. See the back of the big man. He's gone. 35 for 1.
It will not face. $32. Well, some sort of normalcy will resume to the proceedings now. Syed Sadali into the middle. Again, very distinguished first-class career in Pakistan. Also played for Pakistan at the ODI level. Technically very, very solid. Good against pace generally. Having been brought up in Karachi, generally you would expect him to be good against spin as well. This wicket will test his technique and temperament.
Yeah, what about that knocker from Rakeem Cornwall? 32 of just 14 deliveries, 6 fours and a 6, and strike rate of 228. Incredible.
Absolutely incredible. He's a game changer. Shot. Saad got onto it really quickly. Good use of the crease as well. Rocked right back and got his innings going.
Yeah, again, a poor delivery, short. And he latched onto it very, very quickly to put it away for another boundary to finish the over. Kingsmen, 39 for 1. This might be over in 10 overs. Huh? So this might be over in 10 overs. Yeah. They don't have any spinners, huh?
Still awaiting the introduction of spin into the bowling attack. Akhilesh Budagam is a tall off spinner. Very good, actually. Very skillful. 4 overs too long to have waited for them. Ahmad Alam got lucky there. When I said normal service will resume in terms of running between the wicket as well.
Yeah, they introduced Sanjay Krishnamurti, left arm orthodox, early in the attack. But what we're trying to say here is whether they'll introduce more spin because they're running away very quickly. Kingsman is looking at the side to beat. I can tell you that. 40 for 1.
In Sanjay, with his 2 overs, 2 boundaries of Rakeem Cornwall, he still only went for 13, where there was carnage from the other end against the seam. Nice looking shot for no run from Saad Ali.
Yeah, that nicely played because see, it looked like he thought it was a little bit fuller, but he checked. It's a checked drive. That's why it didn't go in the air.
Nice breeze blowing across. Pretty warm afternoon, but very, very pleasant. That's the order of the day, I guess. Shubham Ranjane just rolls the fingers over that. It turned and it died on the way to Saad Ali.
This is the kind of surface where we've been talking about taking the pace off the ball, and the spin can play a big part. Nowadays, most of the seamers do realize the fact that once you're up against an opposition and we're looking to play a few shots, taking the pace of the ball is not a bad idea at all. Again, a good-looking shot of the back foot, wrist cover should only be a single.
Saad Ali looking to move around the crease to put the bowlers off of their length and obviously create his own pace just in case the bowlers are reverting to those cutters, which is not giving any pace at all to the batters. Mid-off has been brought up, still inside the power play. Mid-on is back. As this ball gets older, the stroke making will become difficult.
You can also see the difference once Raheem Cornwall has gone back in the hut. So the bowling has been better. And they've kept the batters quiet. Again, just a single. He was smashing the boundaries right, left, and center. So applying a little bit more pressure. After 5, Kingsmen have moved to 42 for 1.
So the impact of Raheem Cornwall innings, he got 32 of just 14 deliveries. So this innings is 30 deliveries old. In the remaining 16 deliveries, there's only 10 runs have been scored. That will be a telltale of how this innings can proceed. If even now, the Raiders, they get their act together, string a couple of good overs, take a couple of wickets. Akhilesh has got the ball in his hand from the far end.
Yeah, spinners will need to play a bigger role here, and quite rightly so. I like this move. Getting the tall right arm off spinner. Akhilesh. This is a left and right hand combination, so it's not a bad idea to have him around, especially when the left-hander is on a strike. Straight away change of angles. He wants to bowl round the wicket. Interesting to see if they're going to get any slip in place. I think they will.
Yeah, that's a good move. So they need wickets. Put pressure back on Kingsmen. Up and over. It's good use of the bottom hand, and the chase will be in vain. Saad Ali has come out, and he means business.
A little bit full and a little bit wide. And it's a good shot inside out. Lovely, lovely batting. It's gone to the boundary. He's also looking to score quickly here.
This is wide, and Saad Ali has carved it away. Just that slow part of the outfield will come back for second. Akhilesh needs to get his lines tighter.
It's another good looking shot. A little bit too wide on that occasion and on a shorter side. So the pressure back onto the bowler now.
Yep, that's better. Akhilesh took 4 deliveries to get to that spot, but in the meantime, he's conceded 7 runs.
And no slip in place. Remember that. They've just removed the slip out of that first slip position. Because there was a boundary. And now, once again, after that delivery, slip comes back in place. Yes, they need wickets here.
What happened there? Saad just pulled out at the last minute. Didn't see a dead ball signal from the umpire. He was just arms stretched out. Is it a legit delivery? Doesn't show on the score sheet.
That's well bowled. I mean, that's the line of attack that he needs to concentrate on. Any loose delivery, it has gone to the boundary. You really cannot release that sort of a pressure. A couple of good deliveries from the tall fella, Akhilesh.
It's short, but couldn't pierce the field. It's very little margin of error there for the Raiders bowlers. because they've come up with a very small total. 7 of this over from Akhilesh, 6 gone. 49 for 1 Kingsmen. $40, 49 for 1 after the power play. Saad Ali has got off to a good start, 11 of just 10. Ahmad Alam has been there since the beginning. He opened the innings with the big fellow, Rakeem Cornwall, who made a blistering 32.
Yeah, I was watching from the other end. Some really good hitting.
Not a bad place to watch someone go as ballistic as Rakeem Cornwall did. Danish Canaria will take up the attack from the Combox end. It's the third spinning option that the Raiders have employed in this little inning so far. Krishnamurthy and then Akhilesh. Shot, asking for trouble, and he's been smashed over the fence. Take that.
The first delivery is a long hop. Yeah, he's picked that up and he's smashed it over mid wicket for the maximum.
Ahmad Alam getting in on the act. It's his first big appearance in this country for a very talented right-handed bat from Karachi. Generally very good against spin, Ahmad Alam.
Yeah, it's a poor start from the Danish Canaria.
Another good-looking stroke. The chase is on. Saw this quite quick. Oh, the 50 was brought up with that big hit. They've gone past the halfway stage in terms of the runs.
Yeah, they look a good side. I mean, that's a really good looking shot. Very well played from Ahmad Alam. Looks pretty organized.
Never run off a misfield, as they say. Saad wanted that run, but Ahmad sent him back.
Yeah, you got away with it because it was short and wide again. A really good piece of fielding. Otherwise, it could have been a few more runs there. Good effort, really good effort.
Finally, he lands one in the right area.
That's a good delivery. That's a very good delivery. And it turns away from the right-hander. That's the reason why they have a slip in place. They need wickets here.
Ahmad Alam, really sensible here, just picking the right balls. It's a good delivery. Give him respect. This has gone way up and very, very far. It has landed in the other pitch. That is a mammoth 6 from Ahmad Alam.
Yeah, we saw one earlier from the bat of Rakeem Cornwall, same direction. But that is also a really good shot. Expensive over, expensive start to the right arm leg spinner Danish Canaria. 63 for 1 after 7.
Having bowled the first over, went for 14. Want to check which way the wind is blowing. It's a bit too late for you, Danish. Ahmad Alam. Compare that 6 of Rakeem Cornwall to Ahmad Alam. There's a lot of difference in size as well between the two. But I can tell you, Ahmad, I've seen him hit very, very long sixes. He's not a big man, but he can hit the ball a long way. He showed that on that last delivery. That's beautifully bowled.
Yeah, they need to find a bowler, Raiders, to pick up a wicket because they're cruising along, Kingsmen. 63 in no time. Odd delivery has kept low once in a while. Nothing much happening in if you're a bowler at the moment.
Still turn, but well managed by Saad Ali, looking to play late. Obviously, there's no pressure in terms of the required run rate, so they can pick and choose the balls they want to hit. It's a much better over from Akhilesh.
Yeah, it's a good start to this over because last one went for 14. So they need someone to dry up the runs. First three deliveries is very good. Make that 4.
Wicket here could really reignite the Raiders.
It's turning out to be a strong, a really good over from Akhilesh. No runs yet scored in this over. And it's a maiden, would you believe it? That's a terrific over from Akhilesh. After 8, Kingsman 63 for 1.
Sanjay Krishnamurthy back into the bowling crease. .49 more needed for the Kingsmen to register their first victory.
They look a strong unit, don't they?
A couple of formidable players on the roster. They were not included in today's game. They haven't arrived yet. The likes of Sharjeel Khan and Khushdil Shah. Amazing strength and depth. You even need the likes of Rakeem Cornwall to bowl today. Generally, wherever Rakeem plays, he's your sure bet for the 4 overs.
Maybe not 100% because we didn't see him run that well. I mean, he doesn't hardly ran any.
Looking to go into out Ahmad Alam. This is another of his favorite strokes.
It's a good delivery. Good delivery from Sanjay. Saw the batter coming down the track and then he pulls the length back. Yeah, when you see your opener giving you that kind of a blistering start, then it gets easier for the rest of the batters.
Absolutely. Especially chasing 112. I mean, he's knocked out the big chunk of it inside the first 4 overs. Really rushed on to South. Probably got the edge. That's why there wasn't an appeal. He was gone for all money if it hadn't got a scratch on it.
Yeah, inside edge. He's plumb in front of her. Yeah, and you look at that run rate. It's just less than 5 runs in an over. So they're in no hurry whatsoever. They can do it in singles. That's exactly what they're doing at the moment. End of the over after 9, 68 for 1. हाँ वो चेंज कर दिया उसने गलत दिखा रहा है सर ये oh, it doesn't make me look good. That's all. It's communication. Good bowling.
Partnership 33 of 33. Noshad is the new bowler. It's gone way up. Fielder's lining it up, getting underneath it, and takes it. That's the end of Ahmad Alam. This time went against the wind and it went straight up. And his knock has come to an end.
Yeah, I was just wondering why would you take off the bowler Akhilesh who bowled the maiden over last time he bowled from this end? Well, because of this. This is good captaincy. It brings in another off spinner and he forces the batter to hit in the air. I thought he was looking to get it over the fence for a big six, but in the end, it just goes into the hands of that fielder, and they are nicely taken. A good catch. So Ahmad Alam departs. It's 67 for 2.
I think it's 60. Let's see, last ball. Generally opens the batting wherever he plays, but in this lineup with Ahmad Alam and Rakeem Cornwell, he's been pushed back to number 4. Is there some life left in this game, Atharvai?
It's a funny game, Faisal bhai. It's a funny game. Once you start picking up wickets, once you start having a couple of bowlers to dry up the runs, you never know. And that's exactly what the Raiders will be thinking about. How to apply a little bit more pressure.
Dots are building. So we had 4 runs in the last 2 overs, and then 4 dots. So that's just the 4 runs in 16 deliveries and 1 wicket. That went the other way. Was the impact in line? Was it missing? Very, very close shout. Cannot believe the Raiders.
Or might have just hit him outside the off stump. Impact. That's the only thing that I can see from here on.
Yep, that's a correct call. The stride was in. It hit him on the back leg, but it was straightening away.
What an over. He's got a wicket maiden. 67 for 2.
Raiders slowly creeping back into it. 67 for 2 after 10. And after 10, Kingsmen, after 10, Raiders were 65 for the loss of 2 for 3.
You tell there's nothing much in it. Pace now. Rushel is into the attack. Spin had been difficult to get away. So now we have a string of 19 deliveries. Last 19 deliveries has only yielded 4 runs and 1 wicket. So definitely on the comeback trail are the Raiders.
Ripped away nicely. It's getting inside the line. Saad gets one more. Even pedestrian at best, Saad. Ramesh Raja, former Pakistani player. He's on strike now.
In fact, both these players have represented Pakistan. Saad Ali in the 50 over format,
Mhm.
and Ramesh Raja Jr. as well. So there's no shortage of experience, but like we said, the Raiders weren't in too dissimilar position at the halfway stage of their innings, and see what happened to them.
It's a good delivery. Quick single taken. Putting the fielder under pressure. And they're going to go back for 2 as he overran the ball. Loud appeal for a run out. Not out. Sees the umpire.
Interesting to see if the wicketkeeper got hold of the ball. It looked like he dropped the ball. A slight misfield, and they went for the second run. Be an interesting replay here. Here's the misfield. The recovery was good. Rami struggling here.
Can't see it there from that angle. So Remy is back for 2. Always thought it was suicidal. But again, the pressure of the last few overs really uh, is what caused that.
You're absolutely right. And umpire was in the best position to make the decision. So ruled in favor of the batter. Here we've seen a quick single and then this very risky 2 from the batters. They realized that they need to do something about the situation.
Down the ground, lovely shot by Raja. And one bounce into the boundary for 4. Overpitched. And he just played through the line.
You have to ask the question, although Danish went for 14 in his over, but pace has been a lot easier to get away on this pitch. More evidence, 7 of the first 3 deliveries now, where only 4 runs had come in the past 3 overs. Shubham Ranjane, the skipper, he had the option to go back to his spinner, but he decided pace on the ball, and I don't think that Kingsman is complaining.
I think given Danish Canaria's international experience, 65 test matches, had a bad first over. but he should have been kept on, or at least at this point brought back in, because you can't expect a man, regardless if he plays a 65 test matches or 165 test matches, it's possible that a first over could go for some runs whilst he settles. And with leg spinners, they just need to get into a rhythm.
Saad Ali is trying to keep busy. Top ball though on that occasion. Good comeback to finish off the over with a dot from Rushel. He's gone for 8, 11 gone, 75 for 2.
So four Pakistani players there, Saad Ali and Ramiz Raja, having a pitch conference.
Both from the southern port city of Karachi. Must have played a lot of cricket together growing up. Who would have thought they'll be playing together in USA?
Yeah, game has really moved along nicely into the United States. Well, yeah, they always wanted cricket to catch up here. Who's to tell that these two would have been doing battle out in the middle, Ramiz Raja and Saad Ali, and calling the commentary with Shah Faisal in America.
Ramiz goes big. Very, very big into the wind, but still strong enough to clear the boundary with ease.
So Ramiz probably thinking he wants to get rid of this pretty quickly.
The one thing is common with the Karachi batters, they're very good against spin. They've grown up on dusty pitches. They're really good, and the footwork was the key to that shot. He really got to the pitch. Staying one step ahead of the bowler. He's expecting that shorter delivery, although no pace for him to get proper timing, but still rotates the strike.
That was a 6 early on. Nice high back lift. It's hitting through the line. Beaten. Extra bounce.
Moshad has the other one as well up his sleeve. He's thumped into the outfield.
Short delivery, but again, the Saad could have done much better with that. But I think he has gotten himself into a bit of a hole, so to speak, and he's finding it difficult to hit himself out of it. So it keeps a bit low. Raja gets the single.
After the lull of 3 overs, 8 came off the last over, and then score has started to tick along in this over. 9 of it so far with 1 to go, putting the run chase back on target. Really tired delivery off the pitch. There is no pace whatsoever for the batters. Dot to finish off now. Shots over. 12 gone. Kingsmen 84 for 2. It's the opening day of Atlanta Open T20 2024. And plenty of action in and around this beautiful Paramveer Sports Complex.
So just a small matter. 29 runs, Shah.
Yep. Just saw a glimpse of a game on the other field. Saad bin Zafar was bowling. Plenty of star-studded teams in this competition.
One of the better teams, Sampani, I was told. In action right now, and the field Saad, of course, playing for Sampani. I was told that my son didn't do that badly. Shah, bowling for Sampami in his qualification, he took 1 for 14.
That's a good day's work at this level. T20 cricket. You'll take any day of the week.
It's also a small ground number 2. Not
Yeah.
bad.
Sanjay is appealing.
Let's have a look at that again. One wonders if it was bat first or pad first.
Ramiz indicated quickly it never hit the pad. It was very close to that flap, and then it ran straight onto the face of the bat. You need one of those ultra edge replays on that to find out, because it happened so quickly, so close to each other, bat and pad.
Short. Ken finding the fielder in the deep.
27 to go. 7 more overs after this. Hold him. Ramiz Raja went for the big slog sweep, and Sanjay Krishnamurthy has knocked his off stump back.
I think he's done his work. It's a small target, 16 off 11. I think Ramesh Raja has done his work. He has taken his team into a position where the required weight is now 3.6. Playing before the ball came along, and he is old. Probably a good time to get Danish back into the attack as well, you think?
Still some runs to play with. I don't think they should give it up. The Raiders. If you string another 3 overs for 4 runs at this stage and a wicket or 2 in the middle, you're really going into the last 4 overs. Close to run a ball at this stage against this kind of spin bowling is not easy on this pitch. 86 for 3 and in walks Milind Kumar.
Milind Kumar had a century last Atlanta Open on the ground number 3. I witnessed that. So he will want to continue his fine work. Saad is still there though on 16. And he will want to stay there until the victory is formalized. 27 required.
Yeah, I have a funny feeling if these bowlers bowl really well, they can make it difficult, although Sanjay Krishnamurthy has got only 3 deliveries left.
He's been good.
Hit in the direction of Danish Canarian, you can run any day of the week, even in his heyday, let alone now.
Danish Canary, another former Pakistani player.
Big turn, big turn. The last delivery of the spell from Sanjay Krishnamurthy almost got through Saad Ali.
Yeah, there you can see. Yeah, big turn, turning square. Inside edge though, and that is what saved him. So at the moment, it's 87 for the loss of 3.
13 done. Yeah, last 7 overs to go.
Yeah, you can see the car park there, filled to capacity.
Yeah, plenty of good attendance here at the Paramveer Sports Complex.
In 7 for 3 has been a wonderful day at the Paramveers today. So Akhilesh, 2 was none for 7.
Knocks it into the gap. Milind Kumar looking for the second run chance there. The throw is not strong enough, and the wicket keepers once again drop the ball.
Under pressure.
Not there. Oh.
Look at this piece of running, Vinod.
Seriously, I think what the fielder did well was to get rid of the ball. It's the second time that the wicketkeeper has broken the bails without having possession of the ball.
Once again into the gap, single this time around. If you look at the bowling options they have, Akhilesh has got one more over left. So out of the remaining 6 after this over, that'll leave us with 5 overs. What are the spin options? Naushad has bowled 2, I think, so 2 more from him. I would not go to pace again if it was me. Shubham Ranjane has to make this call.
First option. Always a good option. Quick single. And again, there you can see Saad, ball following, ball watching, could have gotten himself in some problems. Akhilesh, cricket delivery. Easy batting here now. Shah should be over soon. If I RA 3.41, I don't think they will take you down to 20 overs to get that.
Well, pretty deep into it. At one stage when Cornwall was batting, we all thought it may be just over within 10 overs. But this chase has been dragged. Obviously, the conditions not very easy for batting. You really have to graft, and then it will make you realize the importance of that 32 runs that Cornwall struck in just 14 deliveries. Another quad over has gone by Akhilesh. Excellent one from him. 14 gone, 92 for 3. Beautiful Paramveer Sports Complex. Highway 411. Just 20 minutes from Cartersville and just an hour away from downtown Atlanta. Wonderful cricketing facility in this part of the world. Great outfields wherever you look. Probably that wicket at field 1, we all would hope that it will settle down throughout the tournament and produce better batting. That's what T20 cricket is all about, to be honest. So a little improvement in that, and we could have a feast through the week.
Yep. I think they someone was explaining to me, I think it was Jai Patel, that last week there was a lot of rain and there's a lot of moisture in and around the surface of the 5 pitches that he has out there on this square. I'm yet to get some of the scores from ground number 2, which should play a bit better. They've been battling on this ground here to have a turf with a little more bounce and carry.
Scores in the other fields have been touching around 130.
Mhm. There's a field to our right, which was the preferred choice for this tournament, but I don't know what happened. It didn't really work out, but there is some grass, and consistently there is grass on that track.
And we've seen plenty of cricket on that field, the one you're mentioning right now, and it's much better for batting. Still a very good sized boundary all around, like most of the fields are. But again, in terms of preparation for this tournament, this field was chosen. Yeah, definitely looking back at the first day's play, batters have really found life hard. The usual habits of hitting through the line and scoring big sixes, we haven't seen that.
Pushed away again, this field on the offside. Firm push there from Assad. 95 for 3. Saad getting a knock, so to speak, here.
Oh yes, Saad is a very prolific red ball cricketer and probably playing here in the United States, you'd have to say that 50 over is his best format. Although this year he's really elevated his game in this format.
In the air, he's in trouble. The fielder backing away and dropping it. My goodness. For a moment, I thought it was Brian Walters.
Oh well, I'm glad you mentioned him. He has a famous story about one of his famous drop catches. I'm not going to lead on that whilst he's not here.
He's going to come to the meeting ground from Friday. So you'll get your chance, as you will with our dear friend, the stodgy Archiba. So showing his anger there, Shubman. After that, that was a very simple catch. I thought, Shah, I would have taken that blindfolded with both hands tied behind my back.
Are you sure? Yeah, you would have.
Swing and a miss. Well, what an offer. With an offer like that, you'll get married next week.
Lucky, really. That inside edge could easily have gone on to the stumps.
Shubman sees the funny side of it. Not for 13. We were speaking that the faster bowlers could go away to the boundary. None for 13. So 10 required. There's one of our cameramen there, Rajabhai. Again, a swing and a miss. Shubman ends. None for 13. Sunil Narine type figures of 4 overs. And at the end of 17, it's 102 for 5. 10 of 3. Where's your money, Shah?
Well, I felt nervous about this from a batting perspective from long ago when Saad and Ramiz were playing. That Danish Canaria over went for plenty, and then after that, over went for 9. But other than that, after the Rakeem Cornwell blitz, it's been a hard toil for the batters. Both the batters are on not 7 balls for Hassan Khan. Generally, he strikes at this stage of the innings close to 200, as we saw last week in Grand Prairie in Dallas, where he was playing the playoffs for the minor league. Usman Khader just one delivery, but if you get Hassan Khan out here, then it's going to get really interesting because then Hamad Azam will come in. They still bat very deep and long, but Hassan being the informed batter, if he's taken out right now, this game can go right down to the wire, even at this run rate, the required run rate.
No shot.
So Naushad has got 2 overs left. He can finish off from that top end.
Well, Canaria is up at backward point. In the circle, he's asking his captain to go back. Captain is insisting that he comes forward. Had he gotten back onto that, could have gone into the gap. Would have given him some important runs. And again, he's trying. Let's have a look at that.
Belated appeal from behind the stumps. The bowler was adamant from the get-go.
Struck on the pad, appeal for leg before.
Usman Khader is at 6s and 7s. He really doesn't have a clue what to do. He's not used to lately pitching on these playing on these kind of pitches.
So you're gonna miss. Carter. 4 deliveries is the 3 in this over. 4 deliveries in this over, another run. Well, Carter has 0 of 5. Hassan has 0 of 7. That's 2 overs without a run. If you add them, Shah, are we to see a great comeback?
Finally puts bat to ball and gets Hassan in. 10 of 13 now. They need a hit somewhere,
Well,
and it's been very difficult to find boundaries.
had they gotten up to 120, 125, what might have happened? No shot. It's backing away.
Dropped by the wicket keeper.
Excellent over. There by Naushad. Dropped by your good friend. Let's have a look at that. Oh, in and out. In and out.
It's a mini conference now as to who will be given the ball. And it's that man again, Danish Canaria. He's been trusted.
He did go for 14 in his first. He could be a hero now. He's given the opportunity. This is the penultimate over, which is one of the most important overs in a T20 match. If Canaria can bowl a tight one, as tight as the economy here in America, then we could be in for some excitement. Kadir has shown that he's batting with a donut. Let's see.
They need to find a boundary somewhere. Canaria has to be immaculate with his line and length. Short, wrong line.
That's with a wide.
Is that the gamble that Shubham Ranjane was so reluctant to take earlier in his innings? Eight needed of 11. Neri has to be spot on against Hassan, because if he give him anything loose, Hassan wouldn't spare him.
Well, at this stage, he can't. Still 5 wickets in hand, so he can throw back the ball.
Well, this is going right down to the wire.
Well, look at this. Your good friend. I'm sure you're going to take him to Pakistan to play after what you're seeing here. Danish Canaria. Leg spinner to leg spinner. Here he is. On this one car there looking to hit that onto the highway. What's the name of that highway there, Shah?
411.
411.
It's
Well, he's trying to switch hit. And Canaria is making a mockery of him.
well, the best angle for Usman is hit with the spin
Why
onto
is he
his
trying to hit
onside.
against the spin? Come
Could-
on.
It could have been a wide if he stayed in his guard.
Like this one is. No, that one just crashing onto the pad.
Oh, not given as wide. Umpire Kane thought Usman had moved right across his stumps.
Well, it did crash into the pad as well. He's gone! Advancing down the track, Canaria, you beauty!
Well, Usman Qadir finally decided to give the charge. He'd been looking for something all over long, but couldn't clear the mid wicket. It was a neat catch, because it came pretty close to the middle of the bat. But that catch has really sent the game into the last over.
Look at that.
Under pressure. Excellent take. And now Hassan Khan will have to do something about things, because he will take the strike when we come back for the final over with 7 needed for the Kingsmen.
7 to go. 4 wickets in hand. This has been a great comeback. Canaria, 2 runs off the over, taking a wicket. Who will be entrusted with this final over?
Don't think Shubham Ranjane will look past Naushad, who's given away just 9 runs in his 3 overs. Or is he going to go to someone who hasn't bowled at all?
Well, it was Abhyenda.
Abhinder Singh.
Strange move. Unless he has bowled out and we were not aware.
Yeah, the bowling card. Have a look. Naushad still has 1 over left. Well, Shubham Ranjane will have to live by this decision of giving Abhinder the ball. It's been missed by the keeper. Hassan will get the run. Ahmad Azam will get the strike. Now 6 needed of 5. Giving a leg spinner the last over against Naushad, who's just bowled 3 overs for 9 runs, 10 runs, I beg your pardon. Oh, that's some decision, some brave calling from Shubham Ranjane. Full toss, freebie, and that will ease the nerves for Kingsmen.
Very strange move here. Very, very strange move indeed. And to have Avienda sink into the attack at this stage Scores are level. Two, in fact, two required. Yes. Poor delivery there. Want to come back, but not good enough. Sing. Easy single. Scores are equal. Sharp.
Now the scores are level. Ahmad Azam, as cool as a cucumber. You'd have to say that Shubham Ranjane. Why did you do that? Naushad has gone for 1 run in his previous over. And he had Usman Qadir and Hassan in all kind of trouble.
That
Nice.
should be a very anticlimactic, and that's the victory. Congratulations, the Kingsmen. I think they got past a hiccup in the end. What could have been exciting with 7 runs to get of the final over. I think a poor decision by the captain has led to victory here for Kingsman.
Well, it never looked that tight at the halfway stage. 112, 113 was required, and it went all the way to the last over. The fourth delivery of the last over. Kingsmen got over the line. Ahmad Azam and Hassan Khan saw them through. They'll be really breathing a sigh of relief because really got out of jail. They put themselves in a hole through those middle overs, but they'll be happy to take the points on the opening day of Atlanta Open T20 2024.
And I want to thank you for being with us. Stay tuned as we have the small matter of the prize given to be taken care of. And Shah Faisal has run away from me. He's down in the presentation area putting things in place. We'll be with him shortly.
Because while you're out there in the middle, you're playing in the field, but you're also looking how the ball is coming on the bat, and you're plotting your innings. So, did you have a score in mind individually or as a team as you get to the power play?
Yeah, we know once we keep them on anything under 120, it's going to be a good score for us because the pitch is very slow, and then we try to get a good power play and then set it up for the middle overs.
And you yourself, obviously, the career that you've had and you're continuing to have. A couple of years ago, if I remember correctly, you scored about 200 runs in one of those fields over here. So, what does it mean to you every year when you come back to play in this tournament?
It's always good to come back and play in the Atlanta Open. Just kind of share my knowledge with the guys, and it's always good to go overseas and play.
Last question. Kingsmen have a pretty loaded side. Obviously, you're in the middle of that. Are you all winning this thing or not?
Yeah, well, that's the aim. We come here to win, so we just have to put our best foot forward and do the best we can.
So the man standing over your shoulder, the owner, Atlanta Fire, is shaking his head no in response to him.
Yeah, well, he puts on the tournament, and so we just have to come here and do our best.
All right, Rakim. Best of luck the rest of the way. All right, thank you. Oh, okay. Thank you. All right, Rakim. That's it. You in the morning tomorrow after? Yeah. And then after you're gonna do the results. It'll wrap up. Yeah. Then we have one more man of the match to do. The last game is just send him over so we can do in between. They come in, we'll grab it. It's not over yet. Yeah. Okay. Oh, we can do this.
Call him and we just
Yeah.
a little chat. We can do it at the end.
You started off, sir.
Oh, do you want me to do it? Come this way.
Oh, okay.
So
Fast bowler,
Hassan,
commentator, everything, it's a real all around.
we need another trophy, Hassan bhai. Second man of the match. We didn't do which game?
It's not over yet. Is the game over? Or the match that we did, we already awarded it.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
So field 3, they're still playing.
Yeah.
We don't know yet. Okay. Well, what a day this has been. The first day of Atlanta Open 2024. And we had some great action here. In field 1, we saw a couple of low scoring games to fill us in with what happened in the other fields. I've got alongside me Brian Walters, starting off with him. Brian, so what happened at your field and any particular mentions for the performances you saw?
Let's start with the second game that we saw. It was the Carolina Smashers and the Samp Army. Did I get that right, Keshav? Keshav, obviously, he's here. He's the young, beautiful guy that makes us look good. But Samp Army faced up against Carolina, and I thought going in that the Samp Army would dominate. Carolina Smashers did their best, fell apart in the middle part of the innings, didn't have a much of an answer to the left arm spin of the Samp Army, and they scored 129, which on these wickets is not a bad score. But Chandapal Hemraj, who was the player of the match in that match, 78 from 36 balls, dominant performance. They won it inside over number 15. The second match, if I remember correctly, was
Knight Riders United.
Knight Riders United Falcons Legends. Please, this is up to you, Kasha.
No problem at all. So in that first match in Knight Riders United, the interesting thing about both matches on field two is that both teams that batted first scored 129.
129 on the
So
nose.
in the first game between Knight Riders United and the Falcon Legends, Knight Riders United defended at 129. They bowled out Falcon Legends for just under 80 runs. And the stand-up performer in that game, Joshua Trump with the bat, getting to 57, as well as Ali Sheikh with the ball, former USA under-19 captain, picking up 4 wickets. I must say, in the second game, it was a polar opposite. The team that batted first made 129, and the team that was chasing, as he just mentioned, the innings from Paul Hemraj, they got it in just around 11 overs. So I would say, all in all, it was a great day's play, and it just goes to show you that on the same pitch, on the same field, you can get 2 totally different outcomes.
Yeah, the conditions do change through the day, though. When we started early, we came to the ground, it was pretty moist. There was a lot of dew, and the first innings was difficult for teams, especially in field 1 here as well. So that 129 must have been a good effort on that first innings of the day. on that field. But again, here, like I said, the last game, 112 that were chasing Kingsmen really in a comfortable position through Raheem Cornwall. We just heard from him. But then the middle overs really faltered and the spin really came into the fore here. You have to say that the modern day T20 batters probably are not used to playing on these pitches, which was turning square literally. So the game went right down to the wire into the last over. But the much fancied Kingsmen, they got over the line, probably to their relief, because it was been a huge upset if that had happened.
Goodness, yes.
But plenty of action coming our way. Have you been looking at the rosters? Brian, I'll start with you and then Keshav to follow. Any particular players that you're looking for in particular in the coming days and throughout the week?
The easy answer for me, and you'll understand this because you were the same place where I was 2 days ago. The Kingsmen are a loaded side. And sometimes you can fall into the trap of thinking because of how talented you are, your talent alone can take you all the way through. Keshav and I saw this morning that talent alone doesn't work. You still have to perform. But if you just ask me player by player, which side is the one that is going to be most difficult to beat? I can make an argument for 3 or 4 teams, but because of the fact that the Kingsmen are who they are, coming off of the back of the victory in Dallas this week, this past Sunday, day before yesterday, my outside shot would be the Kingsmen.
And just to add to that statement, I would say that the Samp Army certainly has a great roster of players as well. I was looking forward to seeing Chana Paul Hemraj today. I know that he played a couple other tournaments in the United States recently, and he has a very good run of form, some hundreds and some fifties. I was looking forward to seeing Captain Aaron Jones. Understandably, after traveling, just winning the CPL finals, just took a bit of a rest today, but definitely looking forward to seeing him for the rest of this tournament. And also all of the youngsters on display. If it's one thing, as I mentioned to Brian earlier, they should not be dismayed by defeat, especially when playing against senior and international professionals. That will only augur well for their development and for their betterment in the future.
Well, thank you very much, gentlemen. It's been a pleasure. Like always, it was a great first day, and we hope for plenty more action. And I'm pretty sure that you stayed with us all day. You enjoyed the action, and we look forward to your company for the rest of the week as well. For now, from Paramveer Sports Complex at the Atlanta Open T20, we say goodbye for now, and we'll come back with more action tomorrow morning.
Boom.
Well,
Professional. Drinks time, yeah, my brethren.
yeah, exactly. Well done, bro. Well done, bro.